It began in the stillness of an ordinary day, when my heart wasn't looking, and love hadn't yet announced its arrival. Then she appeared, not with thunder or fanfare but like a gentle melody, slipping quietly into my soul. Her presence was sunlight filtering through rain, warm and soft, finding its way into every corner of me I thought was too dark to hold light. She smiled and something inside me melted, years of silence, fear, longing, all unraveling with a single glance. Her voice became a rhythm I wanted to hear forever, a sound that made the chaos in my mind still. Each moment near her felt like discovering color after living in grayscale. There were no grand declarations, just small moments where her existence touched mine and something ancient awakened. I didn't know yet what to call it. This pull, this ache, this joy, but I knew I wanted to stand beside her as long as breath filled my lungs. She had changed my world, not with fireworks but with presence, and it was in her presence that I found the meaning of beginning. She didn't sweep me off my feet, she taught me how to stand taller. There was magic in the mundane when she was near, and suddenly things I'd always passed by became beautiful. Empty streets, chipped coffee mugs, the hush between raindrops. We spoke in glances, in smiles that lingered just a little too long, in shared silences that said more than words ever could. I remember our first conversation, light, curious, a simple exchange, but the air felt different, like something sacred had just started. Over time our lives wove together with invisible threads, so fine yet so strong, forming a tapestry neither of us could have imagined. Her laughter became the soundtrack of my days, and her worries became mine to soothe. She showed me love wasn't found in grand gestures, but in the space between them, the hand that reaches across the table, the way she waited for my voice, the care in her eyes, when I said nothing at all. She made life more vivid, more alive. With her even silence became poetry. We learned each other slowly, savoring every new discovery like it was a secret worth guarding. I found out she feared thunderstorms, but loved the smell after rain. She discovered I never finished my coffee and always hummed before I fell asleep. We found comfort in our differences and joy in our shared quirks. The way she curled up with a book and forgot the world made me smile. The way I stared at sunsets and whispered wishes made her squeeze my hand. We didn't rush. We built something that lasted because we were patient. Because we knew that love isn't just a spark, it's the fire we tend every day. I began writing her name in the margins of notebooks, dreaming of a future with her in it. We created rituals, from late-night walks to morning pancakes, each one a thread that bound us tighter. She became my sanctuary, the place where my soul could rest. In her I found more than romance. I found home, I found hope, I found the truth that some hearts are born searching for one another. We made memories out of nothing, dancing barefoot in the living room, singing terribly in the car, holding hands beneath a canopy of stars. There was never a moment that felt wasted when it was spent with her. Her eyes held 1,000 stories, and I wanted to read them all. She taught me how to love out loud, how to be vulnerable, how to give without holding back. I told her things I had never told anyone, dreams, fears, regrets, and she held them with such gentleness that I knew I could trust her with anything. We had our first kiss in the rain, cliché yet perfect, and from then on every kiss carried that same electricity. There was something holy in the way she touched me, something timeless in how we fit together. We didn't need to pretend, we were real, raw, and wholly ourselves. Our love didn't scream, it whispered, it didn't rush, it stayed, it didn't demand, it gave. In a world spinning too fast, she was the stillness I didn't know I craved. Of course we had our storms. Love isn't perfect, it's human. We argued, cried, hurt each other in ways we didn't intend. But every disagreement was followed by a deeper understanding. She taught me that love isn't about being right, it's about being kind. We never went to bed angry, not because of some rule, but because neither of us could sleep without the other's peace. There were nights we clung to each other through tears, unsure of the future but certain of each other. She forgave with grace, and I learned how to apologize without pride. Our love grew not despite the struggle, but because of it. We watered it with patience, pruned it with honesty, and let it bloom with time. She never left, even when things got hard, and I never let go, even when fear whispered lies. We weren't perfect, but we were real, and real love is messy, beautiful, terrifying and healing all at once. In every broken moment, we chose each other again, and that choice made all the difference. When we moved in together, the world shifted once more. Her things became ours, books stacked on window sills, mismatched mugs in the cabinet, a toothbrush beside mine. The home we made wasn't large, but it was filled with warmth. We cooked together, burned meals, laughed over spilled wine, danced to music only we could hear. The walls echoed with love, with small jokes, with dreams whispered in the dark. Every morning I woke to her face, to the soft rhythm of her breath, to the miracle of her still being there. We built a life out of the ordinary which in her presence became extraordinary. Even doing laundry felt romantic when her socks got tangled in mine. I left her notes in coat pockets, she left me kisses when I least expected them. We found joy in the mundane, meaning in routine, magic in repetition. Love wasn't just an emotion anymore, it was a daily practice, a commitment to keep showing up, to keep choosing one another. With her every moment felt like forever folded into now. Time moved forward, but our love remained present, growing deeper, rooted stronger. We traveled together, got lost in new cities, found pieces of ourselves in foreign streets. She held my hand through grief when I lost someone I loved, and I held hers through pain I couldn't fix, but stayed through anyway. We made promises in quiet places, not needing the world's approval, only each other's presence. The years layered like petals, soft, fragrant, beautiful, and every layer held memories. The day she surprised me with a picnic under the stars. The time I built her a bookshelf with uneven shelves. The way she looked at me, the first time I said, "You're my forever." We had birthdays with cake and candles, holidays spent tangled in twinkling lights, and anniversaries that weren't celebrated with diamonds, but with devotion. Her hair grew longer, my laugh lines deeper, but our hearts stayed young. We didn't fear age because with her, every year was a new chapter, and every chapter was worth reading again and again. I asked her to marry me, not with a ring, but with a letter, written from the heart. I read it aloud beneath the tree, where we shared our first secret, my hands shaking, voice trembling. She cried, said yes, before I could even finish, and we kissed like we were rewriting the stars. Our wedding wasn't grand, it was sacred. A few friends, soft music, vows that sounded more like poetry than promises. We danced beneath fairy lights, her head on my chest, my world in my arms. Marriage didn't change our love, it deepened it, it gave it roots, it turned forever into something tangible. We still had our rituals, coffee in bed, long walks, slow Sundays, but they meant more now. She wasn't just my love, she was my life. The one I came home to, the one I woke beside, the one I would grow old with. Our names written in the same sentence for all time. And in her eyes, I saw not just today, but all the tomorrows we would shape together, hand in hand. Years passed like chapters in a treasured novel, each page filled with laughter, loss, discovery, healing. We built a family, not just of children, but of moments, of stories we'd tell again and again. Watching her become a mother was witnessing grace in motion. The way she held them, loved them, taught them, she was poetry made flesh. Our children grew, left, made lives of their own, but she and I remained, hearts still echoing in the same rhythm. We faced hardships, illness, loss, change, but through it all, her hand never let go. Even when the world felt heavy, she reminded me to look at the stars. We aged not with fear, but with gratitude, each wrinkle a mark of love, lived deeply. And through every season, I loved her more, not just the passion of our youth, but the steadfastness of a soul, who chose me every day. I looked at her one evening, gray in her hair, wisdom in her smile, and thought, I'd fall in love with you all over again. And I did, every day, without fail. One quiet morning, I woke alone. The bed was cold, the world quieter, the silence heavier. She had slipped away in her sleep, her final breath, as gentle as the love she gave all her life. I held her one last time, whispering every thank you I could fit between sobs. The world seemed less bright, less kind, without her in it. But she left pieces of herself everywhere, her scent in her clothes, her words in the margins of books, her love in every heartbeat I still carried. I speak to her in dreams, in the garden we built, in the wind that still hums her song. I love her still, not in memory, but in presence. She is not gone, she is within me, around me, part of me. Love like ours doesn't end, it transforms, and when my time comes, I'll go to her, not with fear, but with joy.